candidates are reconciling our differences and uniting the people. Together we can achieve greatness and reclaim our rightful place as the champions of democracy and freedom in Zimbabwe. We look forward to this new chapter in our party's history and invite all stakeholders to join us in this journey towards a brighter future. Just to expand on that, we mean that my job and my colleagues' job is to make sure that we allow people to choose their leadership. The party is an institution that doesn't have an individual owning it. I can pass tomorrow. I want all of you and all Zimbabweans to maintain the legitimacy of MDC and the democratic tenets which we find in our founding values. If we cannot process our elections through the values of MDC, we should pack up our bags and leave politics. There is no need to criticize Zanu if we cannot do the very thing we criticize it for. We must stop what we think it is done wrong and do what we think we can do right. So I want to call upon the nation and all sponsors out there, those who feel they have an attachment, to help us. And with this, I think I end my press statement and maybe wait for questions and answers. We are not going to look for leaders. This party is for members. We are looking for members. If a leader wants, we can talk to a leader. We are asking members to embrace their party. Then they choose leaders. They can even throw me away if they think I'm not a good leader. They can throw us away. What they need is to choose good leaders that will run MDC according to its founding principles. So we are going to talk to all the leaders who are willing, and we are giving them a week. Actually, I forgot something. We are giving members who want to come to the fore to talk to us. We'll give them numbers, how to connect us. We will work from here until we get to Harvest House. We'll get to Harvest House with time and make sure that we start doing structures. And anyone who wants to do it, who feels that he wants to resuscitate MDC, must come. And I said all they knew. That party is not about leaders. If you want to know, Boris Johnson was removed from prime minister by his own party. What more with these small leaders where they've not even achieved the prime minister level? The party must be able to remove a leader who has failed to run an institution. That is the purpose of the members. And that's why if we don't have structures, you don't have anything. So no one can remove you. So the structures first. And we are asking people to make those structures from where they are with the vision of saying, these are the founding values. We're using this constitution. Then they choose their leadership. And I'm here as honestly, I've been advised by Morgan to say, unite these people if they can. Before he died. And I want us to unite before I die. Or do something. If they unite and form a formidable party, I'll be proud. MDC must last 1,000 years, not 1 year. After his death. It has failed since he died, but you know it was so formidable. And we want it to go back to that status. But the only person who can do it is the members. And we shouldn't force. And I want to appeal to you journalists. Let's allow democracy to prevail. People want to lead from nowhere. What does that mean? Even at party level. You want to become a leader out of crookedness. Does that make you a leader? Allow the democracy to flow. And the press is quite critical in this. Because sometimes you don't criticize us. You leave certain people doing what they want. And you can see that they are illegitimate in whatever they are doing. I don't blame you also, but you must make an effort to tame the wilderness in the political world. It's actually a wilderness in Zimbabwe. my leaders atati Chita after President Tsvangirai died became selfish. Vaita selfish. They didn't allow people to unite, they allowed them to separate. That's why vamwe vakaenda kuZanu, vamwe vakandofoma zvima political party, vamwe vakandodi, because they couldn't find a home in their own home. Ukaona vana vako vakambotama, pakazouya munhu anoti uyai tigare zvakanaka, ari mambo, anopa vanhu minda ndopezvokuita. Tiri kuti vanhu ngavandofoma mastructure avo. The strength is in my capacity as an individual kuti nditi vanhu batanai. And when Tsvangirai died, he left me as an acting president, if you want to know, if you don't know that. He also asked me to unite these people and make sure we work together. But I'm not giving that kuti ndinozvigona ndega. I'm trying to say, let's unite. Let's use that spirit. Let's unite the people. Let's bring everyone. Ini ndati munhu wese anoda zveMDC uyai titrai kana zvaramba. Ndivo vanhu vanenge varamba. Party yasara kuma members. Ende mamwe akabuda toda kuti adzoke tisenze tese. Ndo pane strength yangu inini kuti handisi kutsvaga inini. Ndiri kuti ndoda kuti vanhu vese vauye tiite chinhu one. Ini changu kungocoordinator kuti zvidai zvikaramba mukaramba muchiwana unongoparara. And there is no opposition to talk about in this country anymore, because failure to manage people is a problem. But also kuri kuuyawo pfungwa dzokuti munhu akangobata chinhu ochiona sechake ari one, otiza nacho chitanda kukwira mugomba. And that has killed opposition. And I'm saying kutaura kwatiri kuita ngakuitive neinstitution yedu nezvayakamirira, nezvokuti tikaita chinhu tiri vanhu tichibvumirwa kuzviita pasi apa kusvika pamusoro, chinoita chedu. The defense President Tsvangirai yabva muvanhu, because they made him a president without him imposing himself.
Yes.
So whatever happens, hapana journalist asikazivi chitsotsi chinoitwa mumapato, mozviziva mese. Saka kana machiona monyara muti zvatoita hazvibudi. Let's avoid that. Let's create real understanding and people choose a local leadership. Local leadership. It's not about me, it's about us. I'm worried about my children, grandchildren, and my friends, and my fellow members of the MDC who trained the AP. Tataura pano tawana pakakiwa. Tichana unotora harvest house yedu. Unobva mukuru. Mukuru unofa kana kubva achibviswa nevanhu varidzi veharvest house. Handisi ini ndomubvisa, ini ndiri kuti ngatibatane tinobvisa munhu ari kutiurayira musangano. Mazvinzi? So kana tichiti iye ngaabve, anofanira kustepa down otaura kuti ndazvikonewa, because kana wapita 1.5 years zvichinzi wabata, imi munozviziva, musaita somusikazi kuti last congress was a sham. Even my congress aitwa nomukuru haatoshanda. Tambotirai kusenza naye tikaona kuti hapana chobuda. So tiri kuti dzorerai chinhu chenyu muchishandire. Zvokuchinja mazita mambochinja mazonzi mudzuri mangwana manzi mazvimbakupa mangwana manzi ameno. Hazvina zvazvinoreva, because you are still the same people. The MDC blood rangmamuinaro, you continue with the name anobviswa munhu akonewa, including me. Saka vanhu vachaenda kunotora imba yavo. Tatotaura mawekazi ari kutambura vanhu vese, hapana chavari kuwana. Matova nevanhu mavhenda, imbonopindamo. Mane mavhenda. Saka ungaita political home inoita mavhenda. Asi munomurega achikutira interview kuti kwai ava vataenda kuZanu ndo vakuda kuita. Tikanzi taenda kuZanu nemunhu hatizunzwisa kuti anotaura kuti court case yakaenda inoita sasiri lawyer vakaenda court case ya 2022 ine mazita mamwe akabuda nokuti frustrated. Voti kwai vanhu vari vanzi football match vanzi it's like Highlanders ichinotsvaga coach uko ari kubatai kumeso mese majournalist. Ndiri kuvunzai kuti zvinoreve izvo. Imi mazvibvunza, hamuna kundibvunza kuti saka imimi makochi tiri makochi, we are not here to, the constitution of any institution must be respected, and people must follow all constitutions of those institutions. Kana tisina udero hatina chinotibhainda. Ende inoza ndakambotaura nemunhu achiti handi munoita zvokuroorana vanhu vomutumbu zvikanzi zvebasa rei kuroora munhu womutumbu inongova social contract. Ukarara namai vako unoita mwana haiti habudi kana vachazvara ukarara navo vanoita mwana, but it's a social contract. You cannot sleep with your mother. Waita mukadzi ndizvo. It's a social contract, but if you do it munogona kuzvara mwana. So let's not create incest paisiri. So I'm just answering you, look, it's important to embrace our social values. Tine social values, tine culture yedu, tezvakawanda zvotibatanidza. We must always bring those things to bring us together. A people with no culture, avambobatani, hamuwani zvavanoita. And the culture is just an understanding. Even Maria Toshan is an understanding. If you want to go deep into philosophy. Actually, to become a strong opposition or running, we must be, to be an opposition is strong. We must be an alternative government. If you want to know, when we used to be together, I have written so many policies on the economy and others. You have to consult and do work with other professionals and make sure that you cure the ills of the economy, if it's about the economy. The corruption stands with the head of any institution. The head of any institution must stop the corruption. Unfortunately, corruption is cascaded to the lowest level, and it's cheap corruption. It must be stopped by the person at the top. By using the next top person must stop the next person. It's a character. There must be zero tolerance to corruption. We must work on that, and we must not allow it to happen. This country is too rich for us to complain about failure to get money. But it's the greediness of our politicians that makes us fail to get anything. And also the business people themselves have become so greedy that they don't allow anything to cascade down to the other people. There's no social entrepreneurship in this country. So we want to change that. We bring the values that take charge of everyone. We are social democrats. And social democratic tenets will ask us to put safety nets to the poor, to the average man, and take care of everyone, the old, the young, and the sick. There must be safety nets, which are lacking. If you go to a hospital and you find out for mazuva kuti ubhadhara, you see that person is not. There must be a safety net of even assessing the capacity of a person to do something. The government has a duty to help that person because he belongs to the country. Even on land equity, every person deserves a piece of land. We have enough land to give everyone. But some people have got 10 pieces of land. Right now, the government owns the land, isn't it? Everyone needs a piece of land. But it has different needs. There is some for economic needs. There is some for home use. Everyone deserves a stand, somewhere to live. So all those things must be done. Land is available. We can give it free for everyone who is too poor to get somewhere to sleep, like what is done in villages. But you have somewhere to stay. Yes. But that must be the same with the human beings here, and also be able to have a standard life, a reasonable standard life. That can only be done by a person who sees these people like people. Lee Kuan Yew did it in Singapore. From nothing, he built that island. If you want to know Lee Kuan Yew, you know him, of Singapore. And he has built an empire of a small island. So if you use your brain and you talk to people and you talk to technocrats and you build your economy, you get somewhere. The people in Zimbabwe have got brains, but they're working elsewhere. That is the simplest thing to do, but we are too selfish. And I don't know who thinks you can live out of corruption, because you get only trinkets. Everyone is asking for a coke every day. Can you run a an institution on waiting for cocoa. Every time, cocoa yangu ilipi. Cocoa yangu ilipi. Let's run a country. This country is rich enough. And it also needs professionals. When they are given jobs, they stop the nonsense.